Hello, this is Jacqueline Chu and Maylee Mountford from KGB News. Today we sent some reporters to investigate Mui Wo.
Mui Wo is not earning enough money and has not enough to sustain itself. The government is not pleased with this because it needs to earn more money from tourists. So we have sent 6 reporters to investigate why and why it is not sustaining. So the first reporter is Jackie Chu, live from Community Rose Center in Mui Wo.
The first destination is the Mui Wo Rural Community Road.
Hello, this is Jacqueline Chu and we're at Mui Wo Community Road. We're here to see if this is a sustainable community and compare it to the Hong Kong video.
Okay.
This place is quite quiet because there aren't many cars and they only use bikes, so it doesn't have much pollution and it takes less space, so people can walk around freely without having to mind the cars. This is a local shop and it's a market, so there are lots of fresh fruits, and because there aren't many tourists here, there isn't a lot of customers, but local people come here to buy stuff, so it's pretty crowded. Yeah. This is an example of a house. It's not that attractive, but it's a historical and traditional house, so it's quite unique and important to people. And this is Jacqueline Chu and this student. Thank you, Jackie. This is one of the places that the government isn't pleased with because it looks very different from Kowloon and the shops don't get enough customers.
So now we have Maylee Mountford live from the beach, who's gonna talk about why the beach is sustainable.
The next destination is the beach.
Okay, I'm Maylee Mumford and we're here at Site 4, which is the beach, as you can see. I believe that the beach is quite sustainable because, I don't know if you can see it, but in the background there are some kids and families hanging around. I think this is very good for tourists because people like the beach and it's quite peaceful and quiet. You got time to yourself. It's environmentally friendly. I don't see a lot of rubbish around here. There's a little bit of rubbish, but it's not that bad. There are a few shops around here, so I guess it's good for the community to buy shops. It's quite close near the beach, so if you want to go to the beach, you can buy food and stuff. It's looking pretty sustainable, I must say. It's quiet, it's peaceful, it's very, very nice. So, yeah, it's a good area. This is Maylee Mumford, signing off.
Thank you, Maylee Mountford. The beach seems to be one of the places where the government is pleased with because a lot of the community socializes there.
Next we have Sydney Bray, who is at the field right now and is investigating what it's like.
The next destination is the Mui Wo Fields.
We are now at the fields, and as you can see, there's a vast ocean of plants, and this is usually used for farming, and it doesn't seem to be a very social place since there's not much activities, and I'm guessing that people would probably just drive by on bikes in the path, so they wouldn't really use cars. And air pollution. It's very clean here. Doesn't seem to be any pollution or litter. It's very environmentally friendly. As you can see, there's loads of houses here, and that one over there, I think, owns some of this land. I don't know, it seems like it. But it's just kind of mostly plants, so it's not very social.
Say goodbye.
This is Sydney Bray at KGB News.
Thank you, Sydney Bray. Even though the field has very little action, the houses are very attractive and it is nice if you live there. Okay, so now we have Captain's Honor reporting from the villages.
The next destination is the Mui Wo village.
There are a lot of new buildings, but to get here you can only walk or cycle, and there are no recycling bins, but there are a lot of trees, so this place is also environmentally friendly. Here you can see the stream is very dirty. And yeah, that's about it. Bye.
Thank you, Captain's Honor. The next location is the ferry pier. This ferry pier is the most visited place in Mui Wo because there are a lot of shops and restaurants there. So over to you, Sydney Bray.
The next destination is the ferry pier.
Hi, I'm Sydney Bray at KGB News, and I'm here to tell you about the ecologicalness of the ferry pier in Mui Wo. So, as you can see, there's a lot of businesses here that seem to be quite, interesting, self-businesses, but they have big businesses like SPCA, and there's McDonald's on the other side, and they seem to be quite popular, such as in the restaurants. There's a lot of people in them, and there's clothes stores, and the transport here is mainly bikes, but this is one of the places where there are parking for cars, unlike most of the other places we've been to. But it is mostly bikes. There's loads of parking things for bikes, which aren't proper parking things, but it seems to be kind of clean here, but it's got some litter on the ground from restaurants, takeaways, and such. But there doesn't seem to be any recycling here. It's just normal general trash bins. This itself is the ferry pier, and the water doesn't look very clean. It looks quite murky, and there's some oil.
There's
and
oil
froth
on
in it, and it doesn't look very good. Doesn't look very healthy.
Talk about the roads and transport.
Here it has a lot of different types of transport. It has the bikes and the cars, and over here it has the public transport, such as buses. This is the, I think, largest bus station here. It's got loads of different loading things for different places to go, and they're quite big buses, so they can take a lot of people in them. So it's a very effective way of transport, as you can see, and they probably take you to most of the places in Mui Wo. So it's a great way to get around. And also, if you want to get off the island, you go on the Star Ferry, and that's probably a very good way of transport too. And it's very good that a lot of places have bikes instead of cars, and cars are only essential for stuff like loading. If you were to be in your own self-business and needed to load stuff.
Mui Wo also doesn't have very big roads, am I right?
It doesn't have very big roads. It's a small community, and so they encourage people not to have cars.
Okay. Also, bikes. We need more bike parking spaces. As you can see, it's on the railing. So yeah, it's okay. So sign up, Sid.
This has been Sydney Bragg, KGV News.
Ta-da!
Thank you, Sydney Brave. Our next location is the park. The parks are one of the places where both young and old people can stay. So let's go over to Maylee and Jackie and see how that area of Mui Wo is doing.
The next destination is the communal public area.
Okay, it's recording now. It's recording.
Hello, I'm Maylee Manford, and we're here today next to the parks, next to the Silver River. Okay, so as you can see, there's a Silver River. Well, it's called Silver River. It's a river here. It is not that polluted. It has a lot of boats, so you can guess that the transport is boats that you can get around here. There are barriers, and it's quite steep in, so if it does flood, it will not hit any of the buildings and stuff. The pollution in here is not that bad. It's reasonably clean. If you look around, all there is just leaves and stuff, so it's pretty good on pollution. There are a lot of buildings around there, like residential buildings. They seem pretty good. They're not very attractive, I must say. There is a government office over there. So, you know, the community can go complain if they want to. So yeah, I'm going to pass it on to Jackie now.
Over there is a Mui Wo market, a public library, and a sports center, which can be very useful to people who want to get fit and want some things to do when they're bored. And that's an elderly home, so people can go there and chill if they want to.
The community over here, I must say, are very quiet. There is not a lot of noise pollution.
Yeah,
not
but there's a lot of cars, but I think everyone just goes into
a lot of cars here.
chill.
There's not a lot of bicycles because there are bigger roads around here. There are reasonably paved pavements for people to walk, because people need to walk. We have the beach next near here, which is really good for families to come over. I think this is one of the places that Mui Wo gets visitors from because of this area and the beach. Signing out, Maylee and Jackie.
Thank you, Maylee and Jackie. The government is not pleased with Mui Wo's sustainability because no tourists really ever go there. This might be because it's not that appealing and not that attractive. The government has tried to make it more attractive by putting Victorian-style lampposts down by the park, but it's not really working.
Mui Wo should try and be more environmentally friendly by putting more recycling bins to encourage people to recycle. Even though there are ships that come and take away the garbage, this isn't enough.
Mui Wo should do more promoting and make the area look a lot nicer than it is right now. I think they should have more green trees and bushes and flowers to make it look really nice and attractive, and promote it around Kowloon Central so a lot of people can see it and will go to Mui Wo.
They can also add more events to encourage people to come and see how different Mui Wo is.
We saw some dragon boats. Well, our reporters saw dragon boats, but they're not used often. So Mui Wo could be used in Mui Wo is a very good area to hold events like dragon boating. Okay. So overall, Mui Wo is a quite nice area, but it's not sustainable because of how it looks and because it's not promoted enough. So we think the government should promote Mui Wo and make it a little bit more prettier, and then it'll be sustainable. Thank you.